Yo, people, what's going on? Back again for another episode of Footy Talk. Man, like Bull Tease and that they're calling me in the comments, blood. What are you
Listen,
telling
Bull
me?
Tease,
What the
debut.
hell happened, blood?
What happened, bro? Listen, do you know what it is, yeah? I mean, my hair had been looking real nappy for a while. There's no barber in sight out here in the countryside. And I said to myself, I was thinking of going bald, and then it turned into this big old forfeit because I was late to one of my streams. I set the time wrong. So I did this little bet with my subscribers. The next thing you know, man's bald, shaving his head. So it's growing back, though.
Yeah, straight away, bro. That'll go back quick, bro, because you've had your hair long for a while still.
It's
mad. Even my hair, bro. Like, I saw, what did I see? Something flashed up and it showed me a stream of me 3 months ago. Bald head, no beard, nothing, bro. It was only 3 months ago, bro. And I screenshotted it because I was like, right, how's my hair and my beard grown that much in 3 months? That's actually nuts, bruv. It was me and Lee Gunner, bro. I don't even know if you man can see this. Hold on.
Let me see.
Look, this says streamed, yeah, 3 months ago, yeah. Look at that.
Oh,
look
man.
Man's face.
Yeah.
Bruv, 3 months ago.
Man.
And now look at that.
Nah, it's all grown. I'm gonna have to get some beard growth. My beard don't grow like that, but
bro,
it is what it is. I don't mind.
3 months, blood. Like it's when I read the stream 3 months ago, I was like, raw, cuz. You know, like that. That's what it is, bro. Like 3 months, but by the end of the year, man's beard's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be bad.
I don't mind, fam.
Been crazy.
We ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? Everything's closed down. So
this is it.
Socials. And I was like, social media, I don't mind like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. Like things don't open up properly, yeah, until like May or something. May the 20 something or something when they start opening up the shops and all them other things. And by then, flip's sake, bro. That's time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
but yeah, what you saying, blood? Man, see that flipping Timo miss, blood. I keep seeing that everywhere. That's your guy. Are you still gonna tell me that he's got decent GA blood and he's shit, fam? Bro, I'm not having it no more.
Listen, man's not gonna come in here and do all that GA nonsense. Like I said, I always give my players until the end of their second season. I give them time, but listen, there's no excuse for missing that chance. I don't want to hear the ball was bobbling. I don't want to hear nothing. You can't be missing those chances. And for me, he looks like a striker right now that's overthinking everything. Like the ball was coming to him, and really you just let that roll across onto your right foot and put it in. But he swipes at it with his left too early, and it's just long. So I know he's got the finishing in him, but his conversion rate at Leipzig wasn't the best. So I know he needs a higher volume of chances to score, and he's got his chances this season. I think he has like 17 big missed chances for Chelsea or something like that, out of the last 19 or something. So it's grim reading, and he needs to step up real quickly because we need to be ruthless at the end of the season. Now we're going for honours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and obviously with Raiola shopping around, I heard he's in England tomorrow. You know there was there, man.
Man is just going Westfield and then
man here, bro. Man shopping everywhere. Man was in Harvey Nicks, bro. Man's gonna, you get me? Man's gonna touch up Havertz and that, bro. This is what he's doing, fam. Like Mino's definitely gonna be speaking to Roman, 100%.
100%. Listen, and this is how it goes at Chelsea Football Club. They don't have, as you can see with the manager, you know, their patience is not there. So if you're not delivering, I don't just say it out of my patience for Timo. I say it out of the club's. Do you know what I mean? He's got to deliver. So you know, I think they'll give him. Of course, they'll give him next season. He's not going to go anywhere. But even for that starting 11, you've got to up your form because in the last couple of game weeks, Pulisic, Ziyech, they've started to show signs. Kai Havertz has had a few good games in up front in that false nine position. Mason Mount's always a contender as well. So his position is not guaranteed, in my opinion, or at least it shouldn't be anyway. So he has to start hitting the back of the net. Everybody that slumps the GA thing, I don't like it when people do that. There's always context behind those numbers. How many penalties have you been smacking in? Have you been playing well in those matches, or are you just stat padding at the last 5 minutes? I want to see his general play improve more so.
Most of these men been stat padding, bro. Man have been saying, oh, he's trying to be a team player. Bro, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Score goals, blood. Chelsea bought you because you scored loads of goals in Germany. They didn't buy you for any other reason.
Yeah.
Why are you not scoring goals, blood?
Yeah.
You know them ones. Fuck all the GA thing, because this GA thing, yeah, is papering over the fact that Bear Man ain't scoring because they're adding assists onto the numbers. I don't give a
you
fuck
could do
about
a 2-yard pass and someone slaps it into the top corner from 30 yards and it's an assist.
A man talking about goal contributions, blood.
You have to get deeper than the numbers, bro. You have to. You always.
Man are getting goal contributions for passing the man the ball, yeah, and they're going past 3 man and slap it top corner. You might as well give me a goal contribution, yeah, because I mean, I patted my man on the back in the tunnel and said, yeah, blood, like, today's your game. And then he scored goal contribution. Fuck it. I motivated him, blood. Bro, I motivated
him. I've seen Timo have a bad game and still get an assist, or I've seen him have a great game away from home to Liverpool against that high line, making those runs. Had a goal wrongfully disallowed, I think, as well, where they called it offside, where he got no GA, you know, in that Liverpool away game, but he played brilliantly because there was a high line, he was running, he was taking advantage of the space. So GA doesn't dictate performance. Do you know what I mean? We've seen it so many times. So it's all about just watching that game. Of course, the stats always help, but that's after you've watched them. For me, from the eye test alone, he can do more. Yes, he's putting in the hard graft. Yes, he's been showing great attitude, which I've praised him for, great mentality to keep going and get himself in the right positions. But I need to see you finishing your dinner now. I need you to be putting the ball in the back of the net. I think he's only got 2 goals since November or something stupid like that. Can't be having that. I need goals because we need to be we're trying to chase Champions League and FA Cup. It's not going to happen if we don't finish our chances.
Yeah. But man said, would Tammy be missing these chances that are falling to Timo? I don't think he would, but would he get into the positions to get those chances? Maybe not, bruv, because he moves like a giraffe, blood. That's on skunk, blood. You know them ones, like he's a bare clumsy and like, I just don't know if he would get into the positions that Werner gets into.
Tammy's got good movement, but his anticipation of the crosses from Reece James has always been an issue for me. Every time the ball's being flashed across the box, you see Sterling so many times for Man City get on the back post and tap those in when he's stacking up 20 goals a season for Man City in that system. They build up down the right, De Bruyne, whoever's down there, and they build up over there, you know, whether it's Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, and they get that ball over to the other side, and there's always someone at the back post finishing it. We build up our player down the right as well, whether it be Reece James, Hakim Ziyech at times, whoever it may be down there, Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount in those channels. We put the ball across the box, and every time it's Tammy just almost there, Werner just almost there. I need you brothers to make it. I need you to make it. Do you know what I mean? But with the thing with Tammy is that I've got a lot of time for Tammy, a lot of respect for him. Came from Aston Villa, top scorer in the last 2 seasons. I know this season is not flattering because the goals have not been coming anyway. Regardless, they're not high heights that he's hitting, even though he's top scorer. But is he perfect? No, he has no heading ability at the moment. That's something he needs to develop. So I've always been very consistent in that Werner, Giroud, Tammy, they can all get goals, but they're all not prolific. You know, they're all not going to get you at the moment 20, 25 goals a season. Werner's conversion rate is poor. Take away that high line in the Bundesliga and put him up against a few more low blocks and physical specimens and defenders in the Premier League, which he's already quoted and said it's difficult coming up against. His goal tally's come down.
Bro, where's your volume gone?
Did my volume disappear? Is it
back? Yeah. It's back now.
Grandma just rang me. You know the older folks, they don't know when you're streaming.
Okay.
Yeah, Tammy misses chances as well. You know, he can miss a header, he can miss an opportunity. He's not the most lethal finisher, I would say as well. He's not I wouldn't say he's like a Lukaku or Harry Kane or Haaland type finisher. And then, you know, Giroud, he's never stacked up them type of goals. He's always been a build-up striker, hold the ball up, bring others into play. So, we don't have a prolific striker at the moment, so we're struggling.
Yeah, bruv, it's just, I don't know where it is. Man can say confidence in that, but bro, he just doesn't look like a goal scorer. Yeah, and it sounds funny, innit? Because obviously of the record that he had previously, but again, I say many times to people, yeah, that like someone's numbers don't necessarily tell the full story of what kind of footballer they are. It doesn't. And I think Werner's one of those. Do you know what I mean? I think in maybe the generation before, Werner would have been one of them probably wide players that might have contributed to about 6 goals a season, got down the flank, pulled the ball back, been respectable, works hard and this, that, and the other. But now in the modern game, yeah, if you're playing in them wide positions, you need to be scoring goals, blood. Because everyone's going to compare you to Mo Salah. Everyone's going to compare you to Mane and the likes of those Sterlings of this world, bro. So if you're not putting up numbers, you need to be doing everything else exceptionally, yeah, for people not to be onto you, blood. Because there's one season, Firmino's numbers were dead, but because his all-round game was so good, everyone forgave him. You know them ones. But for me, his all-round game ain't good enough to legislate for him missing the chances he's missing.
It's that first touch, bro. And that first touch for me is infuriating. For me as a footballer, you need a first touch. You do. And for me, when it comes to him, yes, his general play and his overall ability needs to improve. His first touch, you know, him in tight spaces. The reason why I still have hope is because his attitude has been spot on. He doesn't seem, yes, you know, he looks dejected after he's missed, but he always goes again. And I think that resilience to keep going as a striker is very important, and don't get too down in the dumps and in your emotions. Sometimes I think our own fans cuddle him and cradle him more than he will do that for himself. He's probably harsher on himself than our own fan base is. Our fan base like to cuddle him, cradle him, make excuses for him, act like he's a child. He's not a child, he's a grown man. He can get through this, do you know what I'm saying? So for me, when I see Vardy and I see Aubameyang and I see Salah and guys that do have a few deficiencies in their game, but still get the goals because of the persistence and the running in behind and the energy. Yes, their conversion is obviously a bit better than what Timo's chucked out. I think Timo can be one of those guys because there is room for that in this league, quite evidently with the other guys in the league that are doing it. But he just needs to be clinical, and he hasn't been. So when you put lack of clinical next to lack of first touch, and yes, you've hit the post, or yes, you've won penalties, but it's not enough. We need more.
A lack of all-round game. It's like if you're going to be good at one thing, be good at scoring, innit? Look at Aubameyang. Do you know what I mean? His all-round game is a myth. But because my man scored so many goals, he's got credit in the bank. Even though he's not scoring as many now, he's got credit in the bank.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? From the golden boots that either he's won or he's been in golden boot races at least. I think has he won 2 golden boots?
He must have.
Because he had to share one with Salah and someone else.
He had to share one.
And then I think he won one on his own. So I think he's won at least 2 golden boots, bro. You know them ones there. Like, so it's one of them ones where he's got credit in the bank from scoring goals. This Werner brother, he's looking real mythical, blood.
Such a bad miss, man.
Bro, like that miss was embarrassing for bruv. Like, bro, like it's one of them things where for me, sometimes I like to look at certain chances for attacking players and say, oh, you know what, that was harder than it looked. But bruv, how the fuck did he miss that? Like it was harder to miss, bro. There's certain chances where it's like you have to actually try to miss.
Yeah. For me, it was, again, it's just in his head, snatching at stuff, not being composed, not being calm and collected when you're in these in these moments. It's like the blood is rushing to the head, and he's swiping it with his left when he knows he's right-footed. So why not just let that run across your body and strike it with your right foot? Why lash at it like that? Why so you know, it's almost reactionary, if anything, if you want to say it like that, to just lash at the ball when you know that you've got a bit of time. It was against Macedonia, you know. Germany should never be losing to Macedonia. Do you know what I mean? That's not heard of. So they've had closer. They've had Mario Gomez up there. Now Werner's got to carry the can. So he's got to deliver, man. On international stage, I don't think there's many German strikers coming through in that crop that I've seen. Because I don't see any competition for his place. He was always playing. No, he started from the bench, but Havertz was obviously playing as well. So listen, it's not like that for Chelsea. Chelsea will just sign someone. Do you know what I mean? Haaland's linked, whoever. He's got to do the business. I like him in the role Tuchel's playing him in. I think it suits him. Second striker, you know, drifting and running beyond that stronger presence up front, which is what Chelsea's always been used to successfully. Diego Costa, Drogba, we've always had that physical presence outside of Anelka that's done well for us. So he's got to step up, but I give him time because it's only his first season, but I'm not going to make dumb excuses for him. That's for sure.
Bruv, when you look at Havertz, he's coming into his own now. Do you know what I'm saying? He's starting to look like more of a player. I think that false 9 thing in that system suits him well, man. I think the manager's hit the nail on the head with that. Playing him out wide, I think, is wasted in this system. Do you know what I'm saying? He's shown that he's going to be a decent player. I still don't think he'll ever be worth what you lot paid for him, but that's the market, innit? But like my man said, bro, when you're shopping in Germany, bloody, you swear down that place.
I think he will. He's the one signing that Like, I got my cap in it. I put my cap on him, bro. I hang my hat on him. You know what I mean? When it comes to Havertz, I think the sky's the limit for him. I think he's just got too many, he's got too many tools in his box to miss for me. He's got, you know, he's got that aerial ability with the height. For me, he's elegant on the ball. He looks like he plays at his own pace. We speak about players that are just naturally gifted. He's one of them. I think he can.
He's very talented.
Very nonchalant, and it doesn't fit the culture, but I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I know he's a baller. He's got a passing range stream. He's very creative. He's got a bit of skill, and he works hard as well. So I actually think out of all the signings, I know we paid a lot. I think it was how much was it? I know it wasn't a record fee. I think it was like 68 initial and then add-ons. I think as long as we coach him right and he keeps himself, you know, grounded and he keeps working, I think he'll be worth it. Because I honestly think he's been spoken about by everybody in Germany as that next big thing. And Bayern Munich, for me, when they go after a player and they see the talent, they wanted him. It's just, you know, pandemic-wise, they don't splash that kind of cash. I think he'll be worth it. I think he's a ridiculous talent that I've got just way too much faith in that brother.
I feel like buying him and Ziyech, bit weird for me. You know what I mean? Why both of them? That's the only thing why I question like what Chelsea are doing in it, because they want to occupy similar areas.
That's true.
Like, why? Do you know what I'm saying? Especially now, obviously they never knew they were going to have this manager. But even if they didn't, bro, I can't think of a formation,
that suits them both.
That suits them both at the same time. Maybe a 4-3-3 and play Havertz in the 10 and Ziyech from the right, but Ziyech wants to drift inside. Yeah, like he wants to create. He literally is a creative midfielder, and so is Havertz, bro. Like they both want a lot of touches. In a team, you want to really be playing through both of them, but you can't play through two players in a team. It doesn't exist.
Yeah,
like, how the hell do you do it?
I don't know. I really don't, because if you look at where they like to operate, it is that right channel inside left position. Do you know what I mean? Inside right position. Both of them left-footed, both like to operate in that channel and cut in, similar to where De Bruyne occupies and he likes to flash that ball across for Man City. That's where they both like to occupy. I mean, it's a good headache to have from a manager standpoint. They both have ability. I think Ziyech signed in the January, but he obviously came in the summer, so they kind of signed him as a precaution. If they, you know, whether they make Champions League football or not, we have Ziyech already, which is a player that we can work with. Then Havertz was a player that club signing more, you know, take advantage of the fact that Real Madrid can't sign him, even though they're interested, Bayern Munich, and go and get that you know, potential world-class player in the summer, and they just bought him. So it's kind of like putting pieces in a puzzle that maybe don't fit immediately, but let's see how we work it. I think it can potentially work if you put Kai Havertz in that false line and say to him, right, you're going to be in the box. But he does like to drop deep. He is a player that is creative. He's naturally an attacking midfielder. So even when you play him false nine, just like when we played Hazard false nine on those rare occasions, they always drop deep. They always want to get those touches, get involved. Havertz was the guy that had the most touches, and he was the epicenter of the Leverkusen team. Ziyech, the same thing at Ajax. And like you said, to have two players that dictate like that is very rare. Do you know what I mean? You kind of want some off-the-ball runners. You kind of want other players that make those runs, stretch defenses. So it's going to be a headache, but I'm interested to see how it works. I mean, Ziyech is a lot older anyway, so...
to get the best out of them both, you have to play through them, though. You know what I mean? It's the same with Pepe. Like Pepe, they played through Pepe, and then now he's at Arsenal. They're not playing through him. You don't look like the same player. Like, to get the best out of these players, they're high volume players, bro. Like when you look at Ziyech, high volume. He needs to be on the ball. He needs to be getting 99, 100 touches a game. If you're gonna get the best out of him,
100%. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So.
The brother needs touches. Ziyech is one of them guys that he can do moments of magic, but he can frustrate the shit out of you because he's always trying that risky pass. And the only way to get something out of that then is to keep funneling it to him and keep going until you get your reward. And eventually it will pay off. So yeah, it's a conundrum, but I don't worry about it too much because you can never have too many quality players. That's what the squad is there for. That's the depth, isn't it? That's the depth that you look for as a top team, you know. As long as we're winning games, I don't give a shit.
Straight, you know them ones, bruv. I big up everyone inside. Smash up the like button. Big up Silver Spring for the super chat. I don't know. I've seen bare people in the comment section, so this is real. I don't know what to say. Unless there's an Iniesta that plays for Gibraltar or something, because it's not the Spanish one that I watch. It's not in it, because if that's who he bases his game on, yeah, he should retire.
We got a problem.
We got a big problem because Iniesta had a touch, could dribble, great vision, all the things that this guy don't have. So I don't understand.
Was not wasteful as well.
Not wasteful. Listen, yeah, that is honestly like, oh, bro. Like,
there's no way that's real, bro. I have to check Twitter in it because that can't be real.
This is crazy.
Because if it is, I'm not.
That's like Lukaku saying he bases his game on like R9 or something. you know, do you know what I mean?
There's just certain things you don't say. Do you know what I mean? If Bruno's really said that, he's gonna get a lot of quotes. That's all I know.
Bruv, do you know what? You know what I hate about the modern game as well, and what social media has done. Social media has made you think that it's okay to be wasteful, yeah, and you need to be wasteful to put up decent numbers.
Yeah,
that's not how football used to be. Back in the day, if a player gave the ball away loads, they were shit. And now everyone's like, oh, he can have 65% possession because he got an assist. What the fuck, bro?
Ball retention is so underrated. I mean,
bro,
obviously
it's not underrated by people that know about football, but it's underrated by these fucking idiots, these FPL wankers, because that's what they care about, the FPL points. They don't watch the game, bruv. Look at this, yeah. Yaya Toure, yeah. 2013, 2014, bro. 35 games, 20 goals, and 9 assists, bro. That's a GA of 29 in 35, yeah. His pass accuracy average was 90%.
Mad.
The best in the league, 90%. With a goal and assists, 29 out of 35, yeah. And his set piece conversion rate was 83%, bro. So that's penalties and free kicks. That's efficiency. That's a real world-class numbers.
You want efficiency. You
but man think that because my man got scored 14 penalties, yeah, man's the best midfielder in the world. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Man said Iniesta with his whole chest. You know when certain people have no fucking... They have no self-awareness, bro.
No shame. Absolutely shame.
Iniesta, bro.
Is that real though? I'm loading up Twitter
now. Bruv, it's not Andreas Iniesta. It might be Andreas Pereira, blood. Because it can't be Andreas Iniesta, bro.
I love players that try new things. I've had Juan Mata and all these creatives. But Deco, I love Deco, you know, especially at Porto. I love these creatives. But there has to be some efficiency to it. Everybody can try something 100 times and get it right. If I try a maths test 100 times, I'll probably pass at some point, but it's about being efficient as well. It's combining the two. If you're going to be wasteful all the time, Matisse, put your team in trouble. Too many turnovers. I hate turnovers, bro. Can't stand it, especially if it's needed.
Now, honestly, Matisse, that's a perfect example. Imagine if someone said, yo, GCSEs, yeah? You don't need to revise, bro. You can sit the exam as many times as you want until you pass. You're going to pass eventually.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're smart? No. It doesn't mean that. Because I passed first time. You done it 14 times.
Yep.
Are you as smart as me? No, you're not.
If someone fails their driver's test 10 times, I don't know if I want to see them on the road, bro.
Well, there you go. So if I give the ball away 45 times in a game to get 1 assist, does that mean I'm good? I think that means you're shit. Personally, that's just the way I see football. Because I'm like, bro, if I give the ball away 8 times in a game and you give the ball away 45 times in a game, we both get an assist. Are you as good as me? I don't think so.
Of course not.
I'd say I'm 5 times better than you because you gave it away 40 times and I gave it away 8 times. You see what I'm saying? So when man are like, oh yeah, he tries things. That don't mean you're good because you try things. A lot of people try things.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everyone. You know, bear man try things. You know, there's certain man that had been trying to be rappers for the last 25 years. It don't mean you're good though, because you're trying. You know what the fuck? You know what I mean? Do you think Dan James ain't trying, blood? I think he's trying. He's just shit. You You know what I mean? Like, it's just, bro, it is what it is. Sometimes the numbers just... sometimes the numbers, the numbers do not correlate. There's nobody on planet Earth, that can make me sit down and watch this player for 90 minutes a game, and convince me that he's as good as everyone thinks. No one. No one. Because every time I watch him, he looks shit. Honestly. On God. He scores some good goals. He puts up great numbers. But if I never knew those numbers existed and I just watched him play, I'll just see a player that gives the ball away a lot. Every game. And it's not even good passes that almost get there. Man's kicking the ball to the goalkeeper.
It's two ways for me to describe Bruno Fernandes. It's shithousery and inevitable. Do you know what I mean? Like, this brother just, no matter, because I've watched him, and and he's one of them brothers you can't even speak on now until the game's over, because he'll put in a poor performance, he'll give the ball away, and it'll look like as if he's not going to do anything. And then 89th minute, he pops up with a volley, and it's like, well, what do we do now? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, that's the kind of guy he is. He always had high output at Sporting Lisbon as well, put away loads of penalties. His stats at Sporting Lisbon are ridiculous as well. I remember before Man United signed him, they were chasing him for 2 summers, and everyone was like, yo, his stats. And yeah, his stats are always high, because he's a guy that just loves to get goals. But what I always say, even on the Big Six, I say to myself, listen, this brother, man, yes, he's getting your goals, but there's a Fugazi there that I'm not liking. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I have to give him credit where it's due, but at the same time, he's not one of the top guys in the world in midfield. You can't be telling me that just because of stats, because I'm seeing brothers that, okay, they're not getting that goal and assist, but they're passing, they're threading the ball through the needle of a pass, through splitting the line of a defense, and then that brother's running onto it, putting it across the box for a tap in. They don't get nothing out of that. They get their pre-assist, and but no one's giving them plaudits for that, because they didn't score, they didn't get the direct assist. But at the same time, they're a baller. They are still a baller. So there just needs to be balance on it. If I'm going to give him credit, I like the fact that he is inevitable. Obviously not from a Chelsea standpoint, but it's good to have players that can throw stinkers and still deliver. Do you know what I mean? That's always good. You can get points on the board, but long-term sustainable success, I'm not so sure. Do you know what I mean? At the top level, when it comes to those Champions League semi-finals, finals, which is what Man United aspire to get to, do you want a brother giving the ball away that amount of time? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? You need a bit more efficiency at the top level.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, and this is why I'm like, bruv, the modern game's gone. Because it's like, we never used to applaud giving the ball away. That was always negative. When Alexis Sanchez was doing it at our club, everyone was like, oh, he's always giving the ball away. He loses the ball too much. But he was doing them little stupid dinks that Bruno does all the time. He was just dinking it to worse players. So all he was doing, do you know what I mean? It's annoying, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, don't watch the game no more. Like, I don't understand how you can think it's okay for a player to finish a half of football where they've given the ball to the other team more than their own team. That's never okay. I don't care what position you play in.
Score rating is green, and that's all that matters now. So
it's not okay, Matisse, bro. When you break it down like this, first half against AC Milan, he gave the ball away 20 times, bro. There's 45 minutes. So that means every other minute he gave the ball to them. What? Bruv, you're playing for the other team, my G.
There's an imposter among us.
Brother, you're playing for the other team. I don't understand.
It's nuts.
Do you know what I mean? And this is what it is. But then man will slap a pen and man will say, oh yeah, he's rescued us again. I'll be like, bruv, what do you mean you rescued us? You started the fire and then you put it out.
I'm a big believer, and I know it's not going to float with everybody, but I actually do want to take away the penalty duty of Bruno if I'm you, man. Just because I think it would give a bit more objective, clearer thinking. Because let's have it right. In the last year, Man United have had a truckload of penalties, right? And he's taken the bulk of them. And I think I just want to see what happens to this brother from a confidence standpoint as well. Because, them penalties, when you smash them in and go and do your celebration, that gives you confidence. I just want to see if you take these penalties away from him. And of course, the guy that you give it to, granted, probably a striker, has got to be equally as good taking the penalties. I'm not one of these brothers that just say give it to whoever just because they play in a certain position. You want the best penalty taker taking the penalties. But I just to evaluate Bruno's game properly and be objective, I would like him off penalties just so I can see, everybody can see what he's contributing to the game now without the penalties. Do you know what I mean? Because they do help a brother.
Most of the time, though. And you know what's mad, yeah? Guys, you lot will know because you lot are better with numbers than me. But I remember Rashford was on the pens before. And I think at one point he had scored like 9 penalties for us and he wasn't playing well. That season, I think he broke his goal scoring record that season. But he scored less goals than Mason Greenwood from open play, bro. Less goals than Mason, bro. I think that was last season. I think Mason got 11 outfield goals or something like that, which was more than him, bro. And it's like, everyone will say, yeah, penalties matter and that. Yeah, they do matter. However, you don't have to win a penalty to take it. It's almost a luck thing. Ooh.
I mean, how was he for Portugal over international, G? I didn't.
He scored 2 goals. No, he was suspended for them, but I think he's only got two goals in his whole career internationally.
How many caps has he got?
I think like 24, 25.
So 2 goals. So why the big drop off? Is he not on penalties for Portugal?
CR7, my guy.
There we go. So there we go, people. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm talking about. And it's not to slander him, because like I said, I'm just curious. I'm just an innocent, curious Chelsea fan who wants to know what a brother does when he's not on penalties. Do you know what I'm saying? I know he can create things, but when you're doing it 1 time out of 10 and you're giving the ball away so much, I have to put the bumpers on the brakes for you, because that's not efficient and that's frustrating as hell. And I wouldn't want to see it at my club. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know he's won you points and everybody will say, listen, without Bruno, where would we be? Cool, I hear that. I hear the clutchness. I hear, Marcus Alonso is very similar for us. Always got clutch goals in him, free kicks and whatnot. But in general play, if you're dashing that ball away, if you're giving away penalties, if you can't, sprint and keep up with a brother on the wing when you're meant to be defending, that all comes into account. You can do your clutch thing all you want, but if you're creating turnovers which are leading to us conceding goals, that's part of the team. That's a problem.
Of course it is, bro.
A big problem. Because when you're attacking, players are not in their defensive shape. So if you're turning the ball over and we're not in our defensive shape and now we're out of position, and then you got Harry Maguire 1v1 and goals are getting chucked in left, right, and centre.
Bro, you need to say that again. Say that again for people that don't understand football, bro, and defensive shape. Say that again. When you're attacking,
you're not in your normal defensive shape.
Thank you. So you're a fucking liability. That's what you are. You know them ones there. So you better be putting up numbers, because if you're not, you shouldn't be on the pitch. Do you understand 100%. What I'm saying? When I say when man's not scoring, he's of no benefit to man. None. Because we're not in our attacking shape and you're putting us in danger of conceding. And we've conceded a lot of goals this season.
Yeah.
A lot of them. And guess what? You can't concede the ball when you fucking got it.
It's the number 1 rule, Pep. All these guys, they say that part of the way that they defend is they have the ball. Why are Man City so good defensively this year? Of course, Diaz. Of course, their shape is better. They've been better on set pieces. It's also because they have the ball. You don't see them giving
a lot.
They keep the ball
because they have players like Fernandinho, like Gundogan, that keep the fucking ball, bro.
Very important.
They keep it. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got someone like Sterling who keeps the ball most of the time, bro. You don't really see Sterling pass over 5 yards. It's only really KDB that really loses the ball for them. I'm Man United. We got McTominay that gives it away. Fred that gives it away. Bruno gives it away. Rashford gives it away. James gives it. Bro, everyone just have some of the ball. Everyone have some. That's why we concede.
You man are charitable. Very charitable.
Bro, that's why we concede so many fucking goals, because everyone wants to give someone else the ball.
Yeah.
And not someone else in the same shirt either.
Yeah, very charitable midfield you've got there. The reason why I've got to speak on this is because the reason why Chelsea have got such a good defensive record under Tuchel is
because you keep the ball.
Keep the ball. He said it. That defense, our defense, Zuma, Rudiger, would I say that they're ball playing centre backs? No, but he's drilled it into them. You play out from the back and you keep the ball. He hasn't got Mendy kicking it long too often. Even Mendy's been forced to keep the ball. Jorginho, this is why he rates him. Kovacic, he said you got to keep the ball in there. You got to drop deep. You got to be press resistant. You got to break the press. You got to play real football. And don't give
when we had Van Gaal, who had our best defensive record, yeah, because man were getting bored of the 0-0s. Yeah, because we weren't creating chances, but we weren't conceding, bruv.
Yeah. And
I know who I'd much rather be the team that's not conceding, because then you just buy attackers.
And I have to make mental note of it. The one time Chelsea did concede a goal from open play against Southampton is when we was done in the transition. Minamino's got in behind, Zuma is out of position, and bang, in goes the goal. That's the only open play goal Chelsea have conceded on Timo Tuchel. It's clean sheets after that because we keep the ball and we're very good at building the ball up from the back. And when I'm seeing people like McTominay and Fred dropping deep and there's a miscommunication with Maguire and it's all long, if you give the ball away in dangerous positions, the turnover is there, you're not in shape, you're going to concede. It's just facts. That is what you should expect to happen. If you give the ball away in dangerous positions, a team doesn't have to break down your lines of defense, so you're going to concede. That's why you have to structure yourselves properly. But if people don't care about having the ball and they're just going to give it away, then shit's going to happen, innit?
There you go. And big up you, man, for the stats. There you go. 9 outfield goals for him, 11 for Mason, yeah, in the league. And he scored 9 penalties or something like that. And I think it was his highest scoring season. And everyone was like, oh, he had a great season. I mean, no, he didn't. Man scored less goals than Mason Greenwood, blood. On his debut season, bruv. Stop gassing. You know the ones. And that's what I mean about the stats. Man was playing dead, stat padded penalties, and then got injured. And man was like, oh, he was carrying us. He was slapping pens, bro. He wasn't carrying, man. He was ghosting. And this is the problem. Do you know what I'm saying? Like man said against the Man City game as well, and against the Tottenham game, Bruno scored a pen, and then we got bent over, blood. And then my man's like, yeah, but I got a goal, bruv. We got slapped. You wasn't in the game. You got a penalty. The Man City game as well. Man scored a pen and then ghosted, fam. Do you see what I'm saying? A man are saying, oh, we got top 4 because of this. Because no, bruv. No, we didn't, bro. If you understand the mechanics of football, yeah, you need a team to get these things, bro. And you know what it is with football fans, yeah? They like to try and rewrite history. Yeah, United had a nice little bit of momentum, yeah, after the COVID break. But guess what also happened? Football got cancelled, so Paul Pogba was allowed to return. Rashford was allowed to return. Both players were out for the season.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Both of them were out for the season. And then because of the COVID break, they were able to get fit and come back, bro. Do you know what I mean? Who came up, bro? Who came off the bench against Tottenham and won the penalty? It was Paul Pogba, blood. The brother that weren't meant to play again for the season. You know, like that. Martial was our best player post lockdown. I think he bagged like 11 goals or something like that after the break, bro. But everyone is saying that he's the reason why we got top 4. No, the whole team got us top 4, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But he got the plaudits for it because he was putting up the visual numbers. And that's what man do. Man say, oh, GA, 8 in 10. So it must be because of him. No, bruv. It's a team game, bro. There's no way that the brother that's giving the ball to the other team more than his own team, yeah, is helping you, blood. He's killing you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know who Bruno reminds me of now? Dele Alli. You know the second striker. Yeah, you know the second striker.
Perfect.
Second striker. Yeah, second striker. Very much thrives off of the goal contributions for the confidence as well. And that is his role. You know, that seems to be his role in the team. That's why he's obviously playing higher up the pitch. And sometimes Drogba's put in the That's why Pogba's put in the pivot. And that seems to be that's the feeling I get from him right now is a Dele Alli, a second striker.
There you go. But the thing is for Portugal, they don't give him that freedom and he's dead, bruv. Every time I watch, man, he's dead for Portugal, blood. Do you know what I mean? Dead. And then at Man United, he's Roy of the Rovers, mate. He can fucking go wherever he wants. You know the freedom that Dele Alli had when he was banging goals? And now Dele Alli's looking like Smelly Alli, bro. He can't even get a game, bro. Stinking the place out, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the system he was playing in that second striker allowed him to look like, bruv, he was looking like he was going to break Frank Lampard's record. Even I was like, bruv, he looks like the new Frank Lampard scoring goals from midfield. I got gassed. He was 19. He came into the Prem. He was doing a mad thing. And then now he's a boohoo model, blood. just like that. And all that happened was the system changed. And all of a sudden he disappeared.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what happened, bro. And that's what happens with certain ballers, bro. And when you don't understand football, yeah, man will say, "Yo, this is man's input. This is where we finished. So because of that, X plus Y equals Z." No, it don't, blood. That's not how football works. Because if you get a midfielder in here, like a Yuri Tielemans or a Ilkay Gundogan instead, that keeps the ball better and allows you to keep the pressure on other teams, you will score goals anyway from other parts of the team.
Yeah.
Because if you're giving the ball away 40 fucking times, yeah, that's 40 attacks that you've broken down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you've made it increasingly unlikely that we're going to score because you keep giving the ball to the other team.
Yeah.
So when all these people think that, oh yeah, but he's trying things and that, no, bruv. That's not how football works, bro. That's not how it works. Do you know what I'm saying? You score the ball, you score the goal by having the ball. Every time you give the ball to the other team, you fucked yourself, bro. Like, they're lucky that football, the pitch is bigger and there's more people. Because in basketball, when you turn the ball over, you get punished 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
In football, you can give the ball away and get away with it because there's maybe 9 other men that can kind of dig you out of the mess.
And by the way, this is not gonna stop you from finishing top 4. I mean, if this is what he's gonna do, you're gonna make top 4 every year. But we're talking about to reach that top level where you have semi-finals of Champions Leagues against Bayern Munich and you're chasing Premier League titles. You need to be more efficient than that. You can't be giving the ball away 40 times against Bayern Munich because their turnovers and West Brom's turnovers are 2 different things. And they will finish their chances. They will be clinical. Sané and Gnabry and all these guys on the break when you're giving the ball away in midfield and you can't circulate the ball properly and you can't keep possession. And by the way, keeping possession is another way that players get a breather. You know, if you're going to keep giving the ball away, you're going to have to keep running to get the ball back. And then you're going to max yourself out energy-wise. Last 10 minutes, you're mentally going to be fatigued, physically going to be fatigued. Keeping the ball is a good way of keeping your mental. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, look at this. Under LVG, we had Blinden Smalling at centre-back. We also had Rojo and Smalling. We had Rojo and Jones at one time. Ro Jones and that. Blood. It didn't matter who we had at centre-back. Man weren't conceding. Yeah. You know why? Because we had the fucking ball. We rolled up at Anfield, 63% possession, moving to Liverpool.
But look at all the teams doing well, bro. You know, Bayern Munich, they all keep the ball. Atletico Madrid are not winning the Champions League.
But we're playing a counter-attacking football, blood.
They just about managed to do their thing in La Liga this one time that Real Madrid and Barcelona have shagged themselves, whether from a financial standpoint or they dropped off because they haven't secured their team's financial, their team's profile from a player profile after Messi and Ronaldo dropping off now. They haven't secured their teams and Atletico is taking advantage, but their lead in La Liga is still dropping off. Real Madrid are catching them. But if you look at the teams winning the Champions League, it was never the Conte or the Allegri at Juventus that could get there. It was the teams that was playing possession. Even Pochettino managed to take his Tottenham team all the way to the final playing good football. You look at Klopp, he saw him running his team into the ground. Who did he go and purchase immediately? Thiago, to slow the thing down. Because he doesn't want to keep doing this kick and rush football. He doesn't want to keep this gender press. Yes, it's great to do, but sometimes you need to keep the ball. It's a good way of defending. It's a good way of taking, alleviating pressure. If you're 1-0 up and you can't get that goal, like Chelsea have struggled to so many times, they can't get that second goal. Keeping the ball is another good way of winning a match and finishing the game off. If you haven't got players in your team that can keep the ball, you're forever defending. You're forever in a state of confusion of back foot, defending, kick and rush, up and down. It's too hectic. You're basically playing in the cage. You know when you used to go to the cage? That's what that is. It's just too much.
But these guys don't get it, bro. They don't get it, bro. Man is saying McTominay and Fred are the numbers. I mean, are the problems. No, McTominay is definitely one of the problems. McTominay is horrible. But if I played Fred next to Donny van der Beek, he'd be okay. He'd be all right. McTominay is awful. And the thing is with football, just like at centre-backs, in centre-mid, you need partnerships. McTominay and Fred don't work. They do not work. Ollie's twanged people into believing that it works because they both run a lot.
Well, neither of them are a natural sitter, are they? So why?
Exactly. Neither of them are natural sitters. None of them are naturally good on the ball. You need somebody that's naturally good on the ball to be next to someone that's the ball winner. You do not have two ball winners in midfield, bro. It makes no sense, bruv. Who's going to play? Do you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, because both of them positionally are very suspect as well. When you've got a midfielder in front of them that keeps giving the ball away as well, it's it's a recipe for disaster, bro. That's what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So when man don't understand, that having a midfielder in there, like a Gundogan, like Tielemans, like these are the man that are gonna be able to enable you to keep the ball better, which will mean you can sustain pressure on the opposition team, which means you can create more chances and score more goals. It's that simple, bro. So when man think that to be a creative midfielder, you need to give the ball away 40 times in a game, I'm telling you that's a joke, because everyone was laughing at Trent when he gave the ball away 50 times spamming crosses, but Trent is one of their creative players because they've got no creative midfielder. Trent does what Bruno does. Yeah. Just from right back.
High output, and then you get your reward.
That's what he does. He does the same thing. Spam City, bruv. That's all it is. And man, we're laughing at Trent, but bruv, Trent was just doing his job, bro.
High volume. That's what it is.
That's all it is, bro. But man said there was no quality in them. Do you know what I mean? Man were like, oh, Trent has to put in 50 crosses. Like he averaged like 1 assist every 50 crosses. But if you look at how many assists Bruno averages compared to how many times he gives the ball away, it's probably worse than that. Do you know what I'm saying? So when man are using stats use them in context.
It's very interesting.
If you have to give the ball away 50 times for 1 assist, Matisse, bro, would you say that's a good output?
Bro, it's a shocking output. It's shocking. It's the same midfield dynamic that we were speaking about with Chelsea, so many weeks ago. I spoke with Gab earlier in the week. People underrating Jorginho, underrating Kovacic.
Bro, Kovacic is my guy anyway, bro.
We love what Kante does when he's at his best. When he's at his best, he's fantastic. There's a reason why he's won what he's won. But I've always said he needs a partner like an Nemanja Matic. Even Jorginho, he's not a physical, specimen in terms of his physicality, which is, something that potentially can be a weakness in transition, but you need someone who can receive the ball in tight areas like a Kovacic who's press resistant. You don't want Kante. Kante don't want to be there, and there's no need for him to be there. Let him be the ball winner. Let him be the guy that goes and hunts. Let him be the guy that with the low sense of gravity that can dribble past a few men and break through and be at a tempo. Some players play better at a high tempo. I want to see Kante at a high tempo. And then Jorginho and Kova, they're the guys that slow it down sometimes. You need different tempos in your team in the midfield, and you need to have relationships and partnerships. And when you're playing 2 ball winners or 2 erratic, runarounds in midfield, you can't do great build-up with that. You can't. You need someone who's aware of their surroundings. I saw quotes of Jorginho telling Kante where to be in build-up. That's brilliant. That's what I want to hear. Do you know what I mean? And I want Kante telling Jorginho where to be quickly defensively if you've got to get around. That's 100%. What you want. You need that tango. You can't have a person in there that is not aware of what's around them. Xhaka for Arsenal. What the hell was that, bro? Look around you, bro. I know you received it in a dodgy position, but you should know what's around you. You shouldn't be passing it to whoever the hell it was and then it's going in the back of the net. You should know what's around you. And if you don't have the right guys in those spaces, you will be screwed. 100%. You will get screwed up. 100%.
And that's what it is, bro. And that's what man need to realize. You see, with football, it's not as black and white as goals and assists. It's not. Do you know what I mean? Jorginho, like when I watch Chelsea, I'm like, some games, I said it. Some games I play Jorginho and Kova. Some games I play Kova and Kante. Sometimes I play Kante and Jorginho. It depends on what team I'm playing. If I'm coming up against a low block, probably don't need to play Kante. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I just need 2 guys that can keep the pressure on. Yeah. And that's just what it is. If I'm coming up against a team, that counter attacks well, I'll probably start Kante. But Kovacic for me has to play, bro. Because he's the ticker. He's the engine, bro. Like, because he doesn't pick up the ball and glide through the midfield like Steven Gerrard and that, man don't realize that he's the engine, bro. He's the engine. And that's just what it is, bro. Listen, how can you press someone, that's not really there, blood?
Bro, you remember Dembele at Tottenham? Oh my God.
Yeah, but Mr. Dembele was the most press-resistant player in the history of football, blood. Because when you went and got him, it's either he's bopping it or Man's just rolling you with the same roll every time, just backs into you. Pogba does it as well. He just backs into players and just rolls, man. But because Dembele was a bit shorter and stockier, bruv, listen, you couldn't get
the low sense of gravity, but he was physically good. Could hold the ball, skill. He has so much skill. Oh my god,
so underrated, blood. And then I think he went to like China for some big dough or something and just said, "Yeah, fuck football."
He just and he had a shot in him as well. Do you know what I mean? He had a shot in him. That's the one thing that we wish Kova had it, but it's not needed. But it's just an extra bonus in it. But Dembele
he plays like Modric, but he can't shoot, blood.
Yeah, you know that's it. Yeah. Dembele had a shot on him. Dembele at Tottenham was so underrated. But it's funny because when we look back on it now, no one really called Dembele world class. Like not many.
They didn't. But in this era, he's better than most of these men.
Yeah, he would have been world class, bro. Do you know what I mean? Imagine a Dembele at United. Do you know what I mean?
Ridiculous player.
It would have been mad. It would have been mad. It would have been really mad.
Ridiculous player, bro. That's what I mean. Yo, listen, Kova is wavy. The fact that man don't realize how good he is, is annoying, blood. I can't remember what watch along was I doing? Chelsea watch along, and I was just like, you man, just watch this guy play. I think it was probably been Champions League. If I was watching,
was it the Atletico Madrid game?
Yeah, but I think it was the first. Was it the first? Yeah, the first one, bruv. This guy's a ghost, bruv. It's one of them ones where this guy's a sick dribbler, but he plays most of his games with 2 touches. If he can be fucked, most of the time it's 1. Give him the ball, he'll bounce it, spin off, show again, give it, bounce it, off, show again, bounce it. You can't press him. If you're man, you don't man mark someone, like you just let him go, bro. What's the point?
No point.
When you go with him, he's bouncing it, now you're out of position, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And that's what Kova does so well. And the thing is, people don't understand. Like, that's what Donny does as well. Like, even the other day, he got an assist by letting the ball run through his legs, bro.
Yeah, it's just that just intelligence.
That intelligence, when you just know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't even need to touch the ball to affect it. That's an assist, bro, without touching the ball. He won't get the assist.
Yeah.
Now, Pogba will get the assist because he played the ball across, but the assist is the guy that dummied it. Because if he doesn't dummy that, the defender gets that. He's literally frozen the defender by that movement there, has frozen the defender.
Yeah. I remember when Sturridge and Suarez had that same telepathy where they just used to they're like yin and yang. It was incredible. That's the kind of intelligence that you look for in the final third positions. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't have to touch the ball. That is how mad it can get for certain mandem if they're that good. Do you know what I mean? You can actually be that guy. The intelligence of knowing not to touch it is that was great from him, because a lot of men will take that touch and pass it on because they either want to get the assist or
they'll try and get the shot, blood.
You just slowed the whole thing down, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Your touch just killed it immediately.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. And like them kind of things, are underrated in football, bro. He won't get an assist for that. On paper, there's no stat for that dummy. What's the stat? It's not an assist. It's not a pre-assist. It's a fucking dummy, bro. There's no stat for that. Know what I mean? What's the stat for off the ball movement, and pulling someone out of position to open up the pitch for someone to play a pass? There's no stat for that. I've seen it loads of times, bro. Loads of players do it. Will Zaha does it all the time for Crystal Palace. They ping the ball over to him. He takes a touch. Occupies. Bro, and he occupies 3 players, because then you got one guy here, one guy on the cover, and the other guy thinking, yo, if he beats these, man, I need to come across. And then you just cut inside, pass it. He's taking 3 man out of the game. Where's the stat? That's the stat for that.
Henry was sacrificed at Barcelona to do that.
Bro.
Stand on the touchline. Man said if you come off the touchline, you're coming off.
There you go. Bro, what is the stat for that, bro? What is the stat for that? Big up Joel in the building. What is the stat for that? Tell me. Because there's loads of players. Jesse Lingard used to do it for us all the time. And I used to say 2-touch football and his movement off the ball sick. Everyone used to say, oh, Lingard. Look what he's doing at West Ham now. He's one of the best 2-touch players that I've seen, play at my club for time, bro. 2-touch and just work rate, 2-touch. Yossi Benayoun was like that as well. He used to play bare wriggly and just slimy and just couldn't get near him. Just 2 touches off. You see them kind of players? Can't mark them, bro. Can't mark them. But there's no stat for that.
They're not obsessed with having the ball. They're very happy to give it.
They're happy to do the dog work and just bop it. What's the stat for that, bro? There is no stat for that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But those players are invaluable to a team. Everyone needs one. Yeah, Joshua Kimmich's another one, bro. Like, you need players that just give and go, move. Samir Nasri was like that as well, but Nasri could dribble.
Nasri
you know
was brilliant. Arsenal Nasri was fantastic.
But that's it. Movement off the ball occupies players, creates space, bro. That's what it is. Like what you say, yeah, like about a defensive shape. The whole point of football, yeah, is to get the opposition out of defensive shape, bro, so you can create a chance and score. Thomas Rosicky, another one, bro. Like, bruv, look at the amount of goals Arsenal scored, yeah? 25, 30 past goals because they were trying to get the opposition out of defensive shape.
And then you literally can physically watch them do it.
You can watch them do it, bruv. And then it's bot, what? And then you're just like, what? The ball's in the net.
Yeah, they pass it back to go forward. They'll pass it back to pull someone out. Then next thing, they bop it around the corner. They've created a couple of triangles and they're in. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant to watch, but it takes a team to do it.
Well, there's no stat for that. So, unfortunately, guys, you're going to have to actually watch the game. Unfortunately. But there's no stat for that. There's no stat for what Donny van der Beek does. There's no stat for what Kovacic does. There's no stat for what Rosicky used to do, what Freddie Ljungberg used to do, and make all them third man runs, yeah, and score all those goals. Well, you just thought he kept arriving in the box by himself by accident, bro. By himself, without even touching the ball sometimes. Aaron Ramsey did it for Arsenal at one point. What, you think that man just accidentally end up in the box, blood?
Yeah.
It's not an accident. Bro, even Kevin Nolan used to just be in the box scoring bare goals, blood.
Yo, that chicken.
Bro, Kevin Nolan, bro. But where's the stat for that? There is no stat, bro. Iniesta used to do it. No, bro, he used to finish the league with like 2 assists on that. And like 1 goal. So what was he doing? Was he just watching the game? Or was he playing it, bruv? Man, I said he's one of the best footballers ever.
Nothing to be singing about, people. Xavi's GA at Barcelona.
Dead, bruv. Man had some John Joe Shelby GA blood. You know what I'm saying?
But the greatness with those players is they weren't obsessed with the credit. They were happy to do those unbelievable passes that led to the chance being created for the goal. Do you know what I mean? The chance to create a chance kind of thing. They were very happy to play that ball in midfield, keep it moving, move a team's shape and create space for others. And then when they zip that ball bang in between the lines, then suddenly everybody's in acres of space. And then the final ball becomes easier for a
guess what? Guess what? You see teams that can play like that, yeah? Guess what they thrive against? Low blocks, bro. Why can't Man United play against? Why can't United play against low blocks? Because they can't pass the ball, bro. It's that simple. Because football is literally about getting people out of defensive shape. The reason why we only score on the counter attack is because the team don't have defensive shape.
Yeah.
So the way to stop Manchester United is just have defensive shape and they're fucked. Unless Pogba slaps it from 25 or they get a penalty by accident on a Buki thing. That's them sorted, bro. Low blocks just finish these teams, bro.
And it takes serious coaching and organization to defeat low blocks. Arsene Wenger, Pep, all these guys, you know, Barcelona never once complained about a low block. I tell you that now. Never once. They enjoyed it. They took pleasure in breaking down a low block because they knew they had.
There you go. But then you look at managers like Klopp. Klopp after the game will be like, "Oh, only one team came to play football." Bruv, you couldn't break them down, blood, because your football's shit, blood. It's some rock and roll counter-attack football, bruv. Have you watched Liverpool play? Bruv, it's boring, fam. You know, like that. It's mad boring.
That's rock and roll.
Bruv, it's literally heavy metal. Catch man on the break. Through ball to Salah Ramani. Cool. When man see that Ashley Young's pocketing Salah, bruv.
I think he knew that it was a bit too focused on intensity, and that's why
he brought Thiago in and he changed the style. But the first couple years of Jurgen Klopp, was counter-attack and it was dead, bro. And he started to try and evolve his football and say, yo, we're going to play more possession now. And that's come in the last 2 seasons. Before that, it was just high intensity, counter. But that don't win you shit. And he found that out. And he had to try and adapt it. Do you see what I'm saying? And like my man said, you got to create space, not just create chances, but creating space creates chances. Because if there's no space, there's no chances. So they're as important as each other. And that's where football brain comes in. Your movement off the ball is way more important than what you do on the ball, because in football, you don't have the ball way more than you do have the ball. In a 90-minute game, like what? You're lucky if you get 60 touches of the ball in 90 minutes, an hour and a half. 60 touches of the ball, bruv. So that means you're spending most of the game without the ball. So what you do without the ball is more important.
Yeah. You can literally create chances or stifle attacks with your movement. It's literally. And it doesn't even have to be directly related to you getting or receiving the ball. You can actually kill an attack because you took up the wrong position. You know what I mean? That's
it. Or you don't make the right run.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like you said, how many times Tammy Abraham almost got on the end of things. But if your brain was half a yard quicker, you would have got on the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. Reece James has been robbed of assists since he turned up at this football club. Do you know what I mean? It's no secret. This brother's been robbed so many times in broad daylight. If he was at Man City, so many assists. So many.
There you go. And you guys, there's a lot of Man United fans in here. You man remember, I can't remember who it was against. Dimitar Berbatov scored a goal that he started on the edge of the opposition box.
Yeah. Was it Blackburn?
It could have been.
I feel unbelievable goal.
And when you saw Berbatov said the ball went to Nani. I knew he was going to take bare touches, so I didn't run into the box. I held my run. Yeah. Sometimes not running into the box and not moving creates space. Because he knew that everyone was going to get drawn into the box. And he's like,
you got to know your players.
He said, this Nani Brer is going to do a chop. He's going to do so. I'm just going to slow down. And then he just waited. Everyone ran into the box and he just waited.
Yeah.
If he rushed into the box like everyone else, guess what? No goal.
Yeah. Nani was always that guy.
It's the movement.
Nani always wanted that ball. Couple step overs, fake cross, turn back in. You got to know your players. Some players will just get it out of their feet and whip it in, like a Kevin De Bruyne. You got to know your players. You've got to know your players that you're playing with. Do you know what I mean? And like you said, that was a great goal because at no point did he really run. That brother was on it. He
got the ball. He done some little flick round the corner, got it, played the ball outside of the right foot, trotting up. Saw Nani doing his dancing. He said, "Now I'm just gonna wait here." He just had his hands up, like, "Yeah, give me the ball." Yeah, slapped it top corner and that. My man was like, "Yeah, I knew it was Nani." Everyone ran into the box. I didn't run into the box.
Yeah, Berbatov was very intelligent, very intelligent.
And that's it. And that's what it is, bro. It was all this. And guess what? It tends to be the players, with this that don't have the pace. And most of the time, it's the players with the pace that don't have this. Because when you ain't got pace, you need to think, bruv.
It's the same with defenders. If you've got pace, you can rely on your pace to get yourself out of situations that if you used your brain, you wouldn't be in those situations in the first place.
Which is why John Terry was John Terry, bro.
Exactly.
Because he never had pace.
Never had no pace. Exactly. He never had no pace. So if he screwed up, he's done for. He's finished. Because he knows he's not getting back. So he had to use his brain and the positioning had to be on point.
There you go. And look at this quote. Love that, bro. That's it. 3 minutes on average, out of 90.
Mad.
So that means the most important thing you do is off the ball. That is why if you don't have a football brain, I don't rate you. I don't care what your GA says, blood. Because what you do off the ball is way, 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 way more important. The decisions you make off the ball and also the decisions you make on the ball. Because you only have the ball for 3 minutes. So if you give the ball away, and then you finish the game with 65% possession, in 90 minutes, I don't care. I don't care that you scored, bro. I don't care. Like, because literally, for that 3 minutes, you gave the ball away. 1.5 minutes of that was just giving the ball away. That's shit to me. It will always be shit to me, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not Johan Cruyff, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like my football education is heavily influenced by Dutch football, but I ain't him. I ain't seen that quote before. To me, it's just common fucking sense, mate. I can't think you're a wavy baller if you give the ball away. Like you give the ball away 40 times a game.
It's the first thing you learn.
I can't
pass to the people on your team.
Bro, for fuck's sake, if you're not passing to your teammates, why are you playing?
First thing you learn. It's the first thing. Okay, here's the ball. Here's the shirts, blue and red. Pass to the guy in the same color as you. That's the first thing that you learn, bro.
And bruv, the thing is, I don't mind someone giving the ball away if it means Imagine you're out wide, you try to put in a cross, someone clears it.
Yeah.
Cool, fair enough. You can lose the ball because as soon as you put the ball into the mixer, it's a lottery anyway. But when you're giving the ball away, making 5-yard passes, you're not playing for me, bro.
Lazy in the brain for me.
Bro, you're not playing for me. Like, that's just how it is, bro. That's how I see football. If you don't agree, that's fine. But I just know that, bro, if you're giving the ball away, making 5-yard passes, you're not for me, blood. Not for me, bro. You know what I mean? Off the ball, what runs you make, what runs you don't make, all these things are more important than what you do just in the 3 minutes that you have the ball in the 90. Because that's how you judge a player. That's how you judge them. You judge them on everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So
you don't just judge them on moments.
But that's what I mean. But now football's a highlight thing now.
Yeah,
football's a highlight thing now.
If you want to judge someone on highlights and you don't have to watch, you can just watch the 5-minute clips that Sky Sports will put out at the end of the game. But it's not an honest telling of, and that's why, like I said earlier at the start of the stream, there's been games where a brother's got goals and assists, like Werner's got an assist. I said he didn't play as well as he played when he didn't get a goal and assist. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It depends on how you played in the game. Did you give the ball away a lot? Was your first touch on point? Did you make the right runs? Was you unlucky? Did the referee make a stupid decision and give away, cancel a goal that you scored? It's all these things all come into play.
But this is why I don't get onto Martial, when he's not scoring, because I see what he's doing on the ball, off the ball, even when he's not scoring. I'm seeing how he's bringing people into the game. Like against Manchester City, he finished the first half on 100% pass completion. In the second half, he finished on like 92%. I think he won a penalty or something like that. And bruv, like he was just involved in everything. Yeah, he won the penalty right at the beginning of the game. He was involved in everything. I think he had like two or three big chances he was involved in creating, bro. That's a complete performance. He didn't score. He didn't get an assist, but it was an outstanding performance. But if you didn't watch the game, but if you didn't watch the game, you look at man's stats and you'll be like, I didn't score again.
Got man the match for that.
But there you go. And that's what I mean. And when you look at the freeze frame of that penalty that he won, he had like 5 men around him, bro. And that's the thing. You know what I mean? This is the thing. People that don't watch the game will not understand that. They'll just say, oh, right, he hasn't scored in 4 games. He's out of form. But his overall game's good. And that's the thing. When someone's overall game is shit, this is when I'll get onto them. If man aren't really putting up great numbers, but I'm like, you know what? It's going to come. Fair enough. When the ball's bouncing off man's shin pads, hey, I'm going to ask questions. Bruv. You know, like that. And that's just what it is. So how you see football is going to determine, how you interpret certain things. But like he said, stats have always been misleading. And that's why, remember, during football, the only stats that we used to see were goals, red cards, yellow cards, fouls, possession. Now man want to do expected goals, expected assists, pre-assists. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck me, bro. Just watch the game, innit? You know, like that. Just watch the fucking game. you know, like that. I just, bruv, listen. It's fucking mad.
It's very detailed these days. There's so many.
But it's detailed for detail's sake, bro. It's not forensic science, bro. It's football, Matisse.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all the different metrics. Like, all I know is that the goal size didn't change. That's all I know. And the pitches, it should all be roughly the same dimensions. I know you get a couple different ones from playing Football Manager, but it don't really change too much.
Oh, you know the beauty about football, yeah? You know the beautiful thing about football? If you actually watch the game, you can see what's happening. If someone's giving the ball loads of times,
you don't need to see the stats. You can see it. Yeah.
If someone's giving the ball loads of times, keep getting tackled, they're playing shit. That's what's happening. Like you don't need the stats at the end of the game. Say, oh yeah, but they got a goal in this. No, they're playing shit, bro. If man loses the ball 25 times in one half, they're playing shit. I've never had a good game of football where I've lost the ball 25 times. Every time I lose the ball, I'm pissed I've lost the ball, bruv. How are you losing the ball 25 times and being okay with it? That's not okay, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you just watch the game, Don't let outside biases and all of these things influence your opinion on the game. Because man want to get onto Fred and say he's playing shit when he's giving the ball away. But everyone that's giving the ball away is playing shit because you shouldn't really be giving the ball away.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You shouldn't. And if you are giving the ball away, it should, for me, if it's not in the final third, you shouldn't be giving the ball away. Anywhere else, fair enough. Because the final third is where you get to the door and you have to pick the lock. So you have to try something extravagant.
Yeah. And
but if you give the ball away in our defensive third or in the middle third, I'm taking you off. Honestly, because you're costing us, bro. As you said, when you're attacking, you're out of defensive shape. So you're a fucking liability, bro.
Yeah.
When you're trying to do flicks on the edge of our box here and you lose the ball, I'm taking you off. You're not playing.
That is where you have to be most careful, because that is where the opposition at their most dangerous, when they're right pressing you in that initial first press. If you still haven't got out your first third of the pitch, your defensive third, you're there to be got at. You give the ball away there, and there is 100% a clear-cut opportunity. Whether the team is of good enough standard to take that chance is another question. But you are liable for a clear-cut opportunity against you, a clear-cut one. And clear-cut. Like I said, we're not talking about your West Broms and your Watfords and whatnot. We're talking about top teams in Europe that will punish you for that strippiness. So I think people will feel like, oh, you're being a bit harsh. You're winning second. Cool, but you're not winning anything. So we're talking about winning trophies. So when you're trying to win trophies, things need to be near perfection with the build-up play. Has to be. Yeah. Otherwise, you're conceding.
100%, bro. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, 100%, yeah. Ozil, bro. Prime Ozil, bro. Everyone knows, bro. I was big Ozil fan, bro. Like, this would have been going back about 4 years ago now, bro. Like, I was a proper Ozil fanboy, bro. Like, he's ridiculous. Like, in his prime, he was a joke.
I think everybody liked prime Ozil.
He was a joke, blood. You know them ones. That's why I like Donny van der Beek. That's why I like Daily Blind. I like cultured footballers with a football IQ that can move the ball, bruv, and take care of the football, bro. Do you know what I mean? Football's your friend, blood. Bear these man play ball like they hate the ball, blood. They just want to get rid of it, bruv. Kick it, run away, breakneck football, bro. It's dead, bro. It's dead, my guy. You know them ones. The only place you're really allowed to lose the ball trying a thing, final third. Even in my team, I always tell my attackers, yeah, when you get the ball in the final third, try and take your man on, try and get a shot off, try and create a chance, bro. I always tell my attackers, yeah, like if you're within 25 yards, why not, bruv? You know them ones. Try and score. The goal's there.
People don't shoot often these days. Do you know what I mean?
Remember the amount of long-range goals we used to see in the Premier League, and now we don't see them no more. Everyone wants to walk the ball in the goal, Matisse.
We used to get them like it was nothing, fam. It was just light work to get those long ranges. We used to get them on a weekly basis. Forget goal of the season. It was goal of the week.
You see bruv, you see when KDB's clarting it top corner and everyone's like,
losing their shit.
Blood, we were seeing five goals like that every match of the day.
Yeah.
More on Gav, Pedersen, Blam. Yeah, what's his name that played for fucking Portsmouth? Matty Taylor and that.
Oh, Matty Taylor, yeah.
Bruv, Charlie Adam. Even Charlie Adam. These man were clarting the ball in the top corner from 30 yards.
You gotta have tech to do that. The midfielders, there's not much tech. There doesn't seem
these days, all these midfielders do is just run, blood. That's it.
There doesn't seem to be any tech for it, because I'm not gonna lie. I only want you to shout if you've got tech. Don't even try it if you can't do it. If you can't do it, don't.
And now you got guys like Fred, blood, running around. I can't shoot, blood. Like, what the hell? How are you a midfielder and you can't shoot? Are you telling me you're a box to box and you can't shoot?
Someone said two guy
was wavy.
Pedersen and
Michael Essien, brother, listen. There were midfielders clarting off the ball, yeah, in the bin, bro. In the bin.
Essien was mad long ranger.
Bro.
Even fullbacks, we had Belletti, fam.
Bruv, John Arisa was clarting it off for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Lauren Robert, blood, for Newcastle, clarting it off. Bear man just clarting it off, blood. And now you got guys like Fred, blood. like I just don't even know, innit? Like, bruv, how are you a midfielder and you can't shoot? You're only allowed to be a DM if you can't shoot. But how can you be a box to box and you can't hit the target from 20 yards out, bro. Get in the bin, bro.
Oh, Johan Kabay, that's a good name.
Bro, Kabay could clot. Scholes could clot it, bro. You know Scholes could clot it. Lampard, Gerrard clotting it.
Yeah, someone just mentioned our centre back Alex.
Bro, Alex could clot it, bro. Even David Luiz can bang.
Yeah, David Luiz could that goal against Fulham. He put that in the top corner,
bro.
What's going on, fam?
How are these bruv? Centre backs were shooting better than my midfielder now, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? How can you not bang shots in your midfielder? Bro, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You know, like that. It's one of them ones. Even at Man United, Pogba don't shoot enough. If I was Man United midfield, if I was Man United manager, I'll be like, bruv, if you don't have at least 3 shots today, you're on the bench next game, bruv. Swear down.
He's got the tech for it,
bruv.
His left foot.
The Brer can shoot with both feet. He's always trying to pass to people. I'm like, shoot, bruv. Do you know, bruv? It makes me mad, fam.
Remember Coutinho used to just get that ball, and just put it on the right,
and then slap it. Bro, like, bro, what man used to think that Coutinho used to score them whippers every time, first time? No, because he'll try it 4 times in a game. Every time it came to him, drop the shoulder, inside whip, or not this one, next one.
Was on point though. Like his conversion rate from certain points were ridiculous. I remember at Stoke, Joe Gomez got the ball to him, bang. He went nowhere. Like Joe gets an assist, but Coutinho did everything from that point on.
Everything, bro.
It was mad.
Bruv, Lampard was banging it. It would hit 4 man and still go in. You know them, man talking about Lampard deflections, bro. Because Lampard was, bruv, it's anywhere near that box, Lampard's letting go, fam. That's why he scored as many goals as he did, because he chanced it, bruv. If you don't shoot, you don't score.
Mad tech.
Bruv, he struck the ball so clean. Rooney, another one. Alan Shearer. Anytime the ball dropped in and around the box, Shearer just clotted it, bro.
But the thing is with Lampard is he made sure that after training sessions, he worked on his finishing. Like he made that his mission. Goals win games. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe these guys, football's changed a bit, and they're very interested in scoring the perfect goal. I've said so much at Chelsea this season. Where's Ziyech with that long ranger? I want Mount to take more shots from range. I want anybody who's capable. Please try it. Do you know what I mean? Please.
And Baz, Bruno can shoot 100%. That's the only thing I think he's good at. Because he can't dribble, can't pass. You know what I mean? But he can shoot, blood. His shooting technique is brilliant. He strikes the ball very well. That's literally all he can do, blood. All he can do. You know them ones there. Like, man said he can cross. I don't know how many assists he's got from crosses. Because I see man finish the game with like 1 out of 8 crosses completed and that, bro. Man can't cross. Man can shoot, though. Shoots very well. He strikes the ball as clean as I've seen it, bro. Not quite Rooney, but he strikes the ball very well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all man does. You know, like that.
He shoots like a striker. Maybe he was a striker growing up. Maybe so.
I feel like it.
Because the way he acts as well, it's like he's the brother who should be scoring. He's playing like a striker. So maybe...
Bruv, he strikes the ball clean as a whistle, bro. That's how he passes. He passes the ball like he's shooting at man's ankles, blood. You know what I mean? That's what it is, bro. He plays like a striker, bro. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, Bruno ain't got the curl finesse things, but his power, he strikes the ball. Same with Rashford. Rashford strikes the ball very well.
He does.
But that's why he crosses the ball. But he crosses the ball like he's shooting. That's why strikers don't want to get on the end of it. You know, like that. And that's what it is, bro. And yeah, I do like Fred, but he can't shoot, blood. Like man said it already, blood. If Fred was the shooter, bro, Tupac and Biggie would still be making albums, blood. That's just how it is.
It's another way to break low blocks as well, shooting. Nobody don't want to shoot.
That's what I'm trying to say, blood. And that's what it is, bruv. So when you look, like, it's one of them ones where, man, the midfielders just don't have the technical ability that they used to have. And that's why we're not seeing these goals no more. Do you know what I mean? Like, Ruben, mad technical. If he was playing, 10, 15 years ago, man would rate him. But now, because he's not, like, super dynamic box-to-box and that, and he's a big player, they want him to be all of these, but he's got great feet. Technically very good football brain, everything. He's a top footballer, bro. But he'll probably end up at Crystal Palace with the rest of the man then, bro. Because that's the era of football. Yeah, because that's an Eze in them. Because that's the era we're playing in now.
Just chilling.
That's the era we're in now. We're in that era where, like, if you're not on this blood and thunder thing, it's peak blood. You know, like that. And he's a baller. He's actually mad techie.
Yeah, he is.
And this is what it is sometimes, bro. Do you know what I mean? Even Mason Mount, mad technical.
Yeah, that goal for England, really good finish.
In this era, if you're not running around like a twat, man don't want to rate you, blood. But he's actually techie, bro. Like, man can bag free kicks and that.
He does his running as well, so everyone really should like him because he runs as well. He does the running.
Yeah, but man, but because he does the running, man think he's just a runner. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't rate the rest of man's game because of that. And that's what it is. Like, man only rate you now if you got a wavy FIFA card or you run bare and knee slide and kiss badges. Man don't rate tech no more. Man call you luxury players, Matisse. You know that one? Nowadays, yeah, if you've got tech, man say, oh, he's a luxury player. Like Mahrez, oh, he's a luxury. It's not fucking luxury, bruv. He's a wavy footballer. Do you know what I mean? That's just what it is. Man call you luxury now. If you got tech. Back in the day, everyone had tech. But now, if you got tech, you're a luxury player. You know, like that. Oh my God, he's got skills. He can beat a man. It's a luxury player.
Jesus Christ.
What? Get the fuck out of here, man.
It's out of the norm now. It's not part of the norm to have some sort of tech. Do you know what I'm saying? In the final third. A little bit of Santi Cazorla about you, 2 feet, shoot from range. It's not normal now.
Bruv, some joke thing. You know,
not normal.
Bruv. Fucking hell, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Luxury players. Oh, it looks good, but can he play football? You know what I mean? Fucking Mahrez and that, chopping up all 8 man and that, and they'll be like, oh, he's a luxury player. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know, like that. Like, it's not all about skills. All right, cool. If anyone can do skills, you do it. Because any prick can run around. You know what
Again,
I mean?
skill is another thing. Everybody says about skill is needed to defeat low blocks. If you can be the guy, Hazard, chop up 2-3 man, you've just taken 2-3 man out of the game and opened up space for everybody else. People that can dribble take players out of the game and create more space for those that are less talented to have more time and space on the ball. It's very important to be able to dribble. If you can't dribble, every time you come up against your man and he stands you up, you have nowhere to go and you have to pass it back. Then what was that all for?
Well, there you go. Like Jose called Juan Mata a luxury player and that, but Mata was binsing it out, yeah. Binsing it out.
Bro, player of the year back to back, then get
Bro, his stats for Chelsea were a joke, you know.
Absolute.
When we got him from Chelsea, I was like, thank you very much, lads. You know what I mean? And then some little midget imposter turned up. I don't know who turned up, brother. It was peak, fam. But the brand that used to wear the Nikes for Chelsea, they came over, started wearing Adidas boots and shagged us. I don't know what happened. And that's what I mean. Man would be like, oh, it looks good, but can Messi do it in the Prem against Stoke? All right, bruv. So man's not going to be nutmegging them Stoke flipping scrubs, no. Well, you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, man's going to run in. I'm sure like, Messi's going to run up. Messi's going to mash up Boateng and them, man. And then run up on Connor Cody and be like, oh, shit. All right, mate. All right. Do you know what I mean? You fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Hazard and that, all the guys, that we say as the best players in the league, Henry, Bergkamp, Hazard, Suarez, that's what they all got in common. They're fucking skillful, mate. And they mash up low blocks, bro, all the time.
Norwich. Suarez used to absolutely feast on Norwich Football Club. It was rude. It was
sit back and man will nutmeg your 2 players and slap it in the top bins. Man will stick it in the bin, bro.
Disrespectful. It was disrespectful at times. Very disrespectful.
But now,
the thing is with Suarez, he used to do it every year to that same team.
Yeah.
Relentless.
And then now, what happens is, you get all these GA merchants in the Premier. You stick a low block in front of them, and it's like, oh, the teams aren't coming to play football. What do you think that team's only now just started defending deep, blood? In 2021, you think that team's only just started coming to defend deep?
Yeah, they didn't see Owen Coyle back in the day for Bolton with Kevin Davis up front. Do you know what I mean? Low blocks, Gary Cahill sitting there.
Bruv, these men are going on like they just invented low blocks, Matisse.
Yeah.
You think that they never had low blocks against Henry every week? And Bergkamp and Cantona. And they mashed them low blocks up. Hazard had low blocks and he ran through all of them. That man was running through 7 man.
That way, you did it at Hazard Reacts, and it was West Ham, and they were set up, and the brother just picked the ball up, boom, 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 ran through all of them, straight down the heart of the defense, or left foot into the finish. Bro,
this is it.
The low block can be defeated if you've got tech. There's nothing.
And now you got Klopp coming out after games and saying, yeah, only one team came to play. Nah, your players ain't got tech, bruv. That's why you can't get past low blocks, bro. Because both of these men are dribbling, blood, like they're on cobbled streets, blood, like it's Game of Thrones. Them man are dribbling on cobbles, blood. How are you attacking players dribbling like they're in fucking Wellingtons, bro? That's why you can't score against low blocks, bro.
There's nothing better than watching prime Barcelona defeat a low block. Honestly, it doesn't get any better than that. Dani Alves making inverted runs and finding himself in the box. It's a thing to behold. Honestly, it's beautiful.
But this is what I'm saying. Man are gonna like low blocks were invented the other week, bro. It makes me sick, bro. You know them ones there. The reason why man can't beat low blocks because they ain't got no close control. They got no imagination. They can't think quickly. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? You have to be able to do something out of the ordinary to beat a low block. The goal that Pogba scored against Juventus. No, not Juventus, bruv.
AC Milan.
AC Milan, yeah, the other day. Individual brilliance, quality. That's what world-class players do. They create a moment of brilliance against low blocks where it looks like there's nowhere to go, and they make space. Like Martial's goal against Watford that he scored the other season where he's fucking dragged the ball and then dinked it over the keeper. That is what you pay big money for. That you players with that kind of technical ability and skill, those are the players you need to rely on to beat low blocks, bro. Those are what you pay the big dough for. Not man that need 7 through balls a game to score. Do you know what I'm saying? But now in today's game, them man, because they put up good numbers, because they can get on the end of through balls, yeah, all of a sudden they're sick. No, bruv, they're dead. I don't care what man's GH says, blood. They're dead, bro. Because I could play against them every week, blood. 2 banks of 4. Good luck, lads.
Yeah.
Be sitting there.
Just sit tight.
No, see how good your GA is now, blood. I'm not coming out.
I'm not coming out to play.
Low block, blood. My left back, I'll be like, yo, ping it into the channel. 4-4-2 today, we're playing, lads. 2 banks of 4. When you get the ball out your feet, fullbacks, ping it into the channels. Them 2 will work it out, mate. You know what I mean? That's it. They're not scoring, bruv.
Oh, Lord.
Swear down.
Man said they'll work it out.
Bruv, they'll work it out. Remember Newcastle had Papi Cisse and what's his name?
Bar, yeah. And everybody else hanging
them
tight.
2 brothers up front, they worked it out on their own. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, bruv, we're sitting back today. We've got 2 Africans up top. They're going to work it out between themselves. And we're just going to chill, blood. That's it.
Them 2 were cold. I think they finished 5th that year. They were cold. I remember that goal that Cisse scored at the bridge.
Prime Brexit ball, blood. I don't care. You see, against teams like Liverpool, say no more. 2 banks of 4. Get it out your feet, mate. Ping it into the channels. One of them's going in the channels. One of them's coming, bruv. You 2 work it out, bruv. It's going to be 0-0 or we're nicking it 1-0. Don't care.
Just stick like a Tim Cahill and a Yakubu up top and leave it.
Their man finished 5th in the league with them 2, blood. Well, man, think it don't work. Bro, listen, the best way to beat a gegenpress, long balls, blood. You heard it here for free, you know. Long balls, blood. You could call it Brexit ball, bruv. That's winning football, blood. No one Fellaini up front, blood.
Yeah, Fellaini, that was his job.
Fellaini up front with someone playing off him.
Yeah.
Listen, get it out your feet, mate.
I would love to have seen a Fellaini and Chicharito a little bit more often.
Bruv, I'm setting up shop, my guy, bro. You man want to see the real pie mash football? You man will see it. Maru and Fellaini up front with someone quick next to him, bro. Fellaini with Martial off him, blood. I say, Martial, you're going to play off Fellaini's chest. That's what you're going to play.
Yeah.
Bruv, he can do it. Every time Liverpool want to come down the outside, Salah double up on him, take the ball from him, diagonal. Into Fellaini's chest, them 2 work it out, bro. That's what we're doing, bro. They're not scoring in a month for Sundays. Like, what Liverpool midfielder is going to clap the ball from 25 yards off the crossbar? None of them.
That's true.
None
They don't
of
have
them.
many long ranges, do they?
Bruv, who? Jordan Henderson.
I've seen Chamberlain do it a couple times, but he's not a regular one.
Bruv, get out of here. That man ain't scoring.
He did it on the
2
Champions
banks
League,
of 4, blood. You know them 2 banks of 4. That's how I beat Chelsea as well, blood. 2 banks of 4.
Yeah.
Southampton stress you man out. 2 banks of 4. Bruv, everyone wants to play the 4-3-3 or the 3 at the back. 2 banks of 4, blood. Fuck the sexy thing. If you man want to do the sexy thing, cool, innit? I'm on the winning thing now. So I'm on, bro.
Lock and loaded, just sit there, just evade it, just take it on the chest. Or if you got a less talented team as well, why not?
Bruv, if your team's better than mine, I'm not trying to out football you because you're better than me.
This is why I'm never that guy to be like to blame the opposition for the way they played as an excuse as to why my team didn't win. If you man turned up, you should expect the team to come and park the bus. If they don't, they're stupid, bruv. Paying you a compliment, fam. Why would you expect them to open up? Are they stupid?
This is why you see teams get rolled over 9-0, yeah, against Real Madrid. Because these little Spanish teams want to come out and play tiki-taka. Are you dumb? I want to play tiki-taka with Marcelo, Modric, Cruz. Are you flipping smoking crack? Stay back there. Let them have the ball, blood. You don't want the ball today. It's all right. We can have the goal against. We can have the ball against Getafe next week, but this week we just need to chill, blood. Nah, bro. You see what it is? Foolish guys, bro. This is why these men get clotted 9-0.
Yeah.
It's all 6-0 at half time. Nah, bro. Because man want to try out football Real Madrid.
They're inspired. Because every now and then, a team that's well coached, a smaller team can come and play a team off the park. Play a bigger team that's not as well coached off the park. But more time, if you're not, it's all about how well you're coached. Do you know what I mean? If you're well coached, then you can play good football. But if you're not, don't force it. Don't force it. You don't have to. It's not for everyone.
It's true.
It's not for everyone. Igalo and Dini. It was such
there you go. Bro, listen, 4-4-2, bro. They were pinging diagonals to Mahrez, bro, and then he was playing Vardy in, bro. They won the league like that. Am I lying?
Yeah, that was
bruv, they were pinging Diags 40 yards up to Mahrez on the right wing, and he was starting the attack from there. ISO, one-on-one with their player, sliding Vardy in. They just kept pinging Diags, bro.
It was Danny Drinkwater, fam. Ping, ping, ping every time.
Bro.
Simple. Nothing complicated. All Brian on the other wing just doing dog work, fam. Doing literally...
When you're playing against teams that are better than you, or sometimes they're not even better than you, bro. Like... Play to the strengths of your team. Bare people used to get upset, when they were like, yo, remember when LVG was playing Fellaini higher up the pitch and they were like, oh, long ball United, and then he pulled out the stats and that.
Playing to the strengths.
Bruv, if you've got Marouane Fellaini and you don't play long balls, you're wasting him.
There's no point having him.
You're wasting him. Marouane Fellaini would have been a player I loved. I would have loved Marouane Fellaini, bro. Because, bruv, when he played in that second striker for Everton, he was moving to guys. You can't deal with him.
Yep.
Can't
Unbelievable. You can't stop him. You get the ball into the box, cross it. This brother doesn't even have to jump. He just holds someone off with the arm and then just gets his big afro on it and it's in the back of the net.
And you know what's so dumb, yeah?
Why would you have that guy playing deeper? Why? What, to dictate tempo? What the hell?
Jose tried playing him in the 6.
For what reason would you play Fellaini down there? Why?
Bruv, I'm playing Fellaini... second striker or centre forward, I don't care, bro. Because you see the same way Giroud holds the ball and brings people into the game. That's what Fellaini does.
Fellaini and them elbows, fam. I used to love it.
But he gives you the aerial threat as well. You see the same way Harry Redknapp used to use Peter Crouch because of his height.
Yeah.
Bruv, that's how I'm using Fellaini, bro. You've got a cheat code that everyone else don't have. So I'm using that.
Yeah.
You know them ones there, bro. You got the best chest control I've seen in the game, blood. It's only Zidane, bro. I can remember that could control the ball like fucking Fellaini, blood. Fellaini's chest control was better than Zidane's, bro. I'm playing the ball into Fellaini's chest every time. Cool, you want to press me from the back? No, you're not, bro. I'm going straight into Fellaini. Fuck your press.
Bro, long kicks.
Bruv.
Listen,
straight into Fellaini. You see when man want to try press me when I'm playing out from the back here? Say let's into Fellaini. Fellaini chests it down, lays it off to my winger, and then we can go from there. That's it.
As long as there's a plan and it's not just hoofing it for random sake. If there's actually a contingency plan, you're still playing out from the back. You just chose the aerial route this time.
But bruv, there's a difference between playing long and hoofing it.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're playing the ball into a focal point, that's not hoofing it, bro. I remember Fulham done it with Bobby Zamora, and they got to Europe that season. I think it was
the final. Yeah, they lost the final against Atletico Madrid. Yeah,
Fulham kept playing it into Bobby Zamora, bro. Chest control was beautiful, bringing it down, bringing people in. Bro.
Andy Johnson in behind.
Yeah, and that's how you play to Giroud's strengths as well. It's not hoofing it, bro. It's called playing the ball into someone's strengths. It's not hoofing it, bro.
It's a long pass. It needs to be accurate. It still needs to be measured and controlled.
Or even if you float it into an area, because it means I can get a flick on or something. Like when you float the ball into it, it's not hoofing it.
Yeah.
If it's directed at someone, hoofing it is when the ball's bouncing, like what Harry Maguire done. He hoofed it, and then he said to Rashford, and Rashford said, "Suck your mum." That's hoofing it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference, bro. Like going long is not hoofing it, bro. I'm sure Leicester fans weren't like, "Oh, we keep going long to Mahrez."
It was a brilliant plan and it worked. Do you know what I mean? It was a brilliant plan and it couldn't be stopped. Vardy, there's no one faster. Mahrez, there's no, 1v1, he was a demon. And then Drinkwater knew his job. You didn't make Drinkwater's life complicated. You said to him, put the ball into that certain space. We know you're not an Iniesta passer. We're not going to ask you to thread the ball in between the lines because you can't. So what we're going to get you to do is hit the space. Kante will win the ball. Simple to you. Hit the space, and then we'll do the work up top. You know what I mean? You have to play to your strengths at all times. You have to.
That's what you need to do. And that's why United shouldn't be playing out the back with fucking Booker T at right back here. And fucking, you know what I'm saying? And Harry Maguire and that. Play to your strengths. If you've got
I've long been saying, if
you've got a Fellaini, you go long. If you've got a Harry Maguire and a Wan-Bissaka, you don't play out from the back. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what it is, bro. So playing to your strengths, that's what football's about, bruv.
I've long been saying your defense confuses me in terms of what ideology and philosophy you want, because Maguire is suited to a back three and a low block, which is what he did at Hull City. He was in a back three, and then Leicester they had him in a back two, but they played deep, so he was never exposed on the in behind. But if you're going to be a progressive attacking team, you don't tend to sit deep. And if you're a big club like Man United, you don't tend to sit deep because the other team are the team that sit deep and they expect you to come onto them. And if you're playing out from the back, you don't tend to use a player like Wan-Bissaka. You know what I mean? So it's very mix and match. It's a bag of sweets that defense, isn't it?
Bruv, fuckeries, blood. And look, my man said the Daily Blind pass to Van Persie. What did man say? Oh, he just hoofed it, and Van Persie got no. It wasn't a hoof, blood. It was a perfectly weighted pass.
And to build, if you're going to play out from the back with those type of players, you need a better coach than that. That's what it all comes down to. Because, like I said earlier, Rudiger, Zuma, under the wrong coach, I wouldn't trust these brothers building out.
Yeah, but you trust him under this manager.
Under this manager, different story. So if you're going to do that, you need a better manager. And if you don't have either, suicide. It's a suicidal. That's what it is. That is what it's suicidal football. That's what it is. It's guaranteed mistakes.
Bruv, Mangala had Man United's best defensive record, post Ferguson, with Rojo, Jones, Smalling, Blind as his centre backs. And at times, man saw Tyler Blackett in there and then man. So the system is always king, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So you can be confident with those players because all the players you've mentioned are better than all the man that I mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, like that. And that's just what it is with football. So man have to understand the importance, of a system and a good coach. And that's why I'm worried about Chelsea. If they get a good striker in the summer, they're challenging for the title. Easy.
I would hope so. I
hope not, blood. You know what I mean? I end up getting Haaland, bro. Fuck this.
Bro, Raiola is literally... He's just shopping, bro. He's in Spain now. He's going to England next. Bro,
Roman will spend that money, you know.
Oh, he will.
Roman will spend it. You'll spend it because he knows that you're very, very close to winning something, bro, with this manager and the players you've got. You've got a good squad, bro.
Yeah. No, he will. He will. And I think I was always the one as well saying that Chelsea squad is very bloated, so outgoings are just as important as the incomings in terms of just freeing up space, not even for cash, just so we don't have brothers on 100 grand a week sitting in the under 23s rotting. but I think Giroud's contract's running out. So whether they choose to either keep him or Tammy goes, there will be space for that striker. So, you know, the Haaland deal will be long. It will take all summer because every club that can afford him wants him. But if we get him, I wouldn't make us favourites, but if we get him, bloody hell, man, that's mad.
Yeah, we don't want to think about that, man. Fuck that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, let them know where they can find you and what you'll be doing for the rest of the week, bro. Obviously, match week again. You know them ones. For some reason, when I at your channel, yeah, it's not letting
it doesn't come up. That's all good. Look, what I always say is, if the people want to find it, they'll find it. Do you know what I mean? The name is there. Type it into YouTube, it will come up. So yeah, just MAH says it in the title. If you type that in, it will come up immediately. We're at the top of the search engine, thank God. And if you want to check out, you know, a lot of you maybe haven't seen. I need to go and watch. I'm watching this right now. I did an interview
because I'm gonna eat my dinner. So hold on, let me put this on my screen right now, blood.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna watch that Gabriel Marcotti thing, blood.
Yeah, it was sick.
That's my guy, you know, Gab. Swear down, like I fuck with him, yeah, like proper. Because I've done stuff on ESPN a few times. Obviously, Alexis is my G, but Gabriel, like he's one of the only people, on ESPN, that I fuck with, obviously apart from Alexis. So like it was sick to see that you spoke to him, you know.
No, he's brilliant.
Spoke to him. He gives real opinions. He don't give a fuck. That's why I like.
He does. Yeah. Spoke to Gab Marcotti, and he's, you know, he brought up Jorginho and Kova value, and the way that, you know, modern day midfielders are scapegoated as well. You know, Kova's scapegoated for not getting the goals from midfield, but not analysing and understanding that he's a first phase player, you know, in the way that he's press resistant, the way that he helps him build up. And yeah, he was brilliant. So I did an interview with Gab Marcotti. If you guys got time, definitely check it out. It was a fun interview, man. Really good interview.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that Julian brother, that's the French player that was cussing off United, isn't it?
I've had him on as well.
He's sick, blood, as well, blood. He went on a tirade, brother, about United,
really good knowledge of the French league. Yeah,
you know them man, they're lit still. I like them. To be fair, I prefer the commentary, the foreign commentary, bro. The people here, they got too many attachments to the players, and they're just sucking off all these managers, and I ain't got no time.
Yeah. Did you know what it is with over here? The punditry is so evidently biased because there's friends within. Do you know what I mean? The pundits are friends with some of the managers that are coming.
Yeah, it's horrible.
They can never,
and the players as well.
Yeah, there can never really be honest analysis on these guys because they're too worried about their WhatsApp groups and their friendships. Do you know what I mean? When they come off the camera, so they have to tread carefully, and they can't speak honestly on who they're analyzing. Whereas these guys, you know, they don't care about that. Do you know what I mean? They might have their friends in Italy or France but when they're speaking about our game, do you know what I mean? They're speaking. So yeah, it's long when you watch the mainstream media when it comes to the punditry.
Hold on, what is your thing? MAH content creations, is that what he's put in there?
That's just the link. That's the link. So hold on. Let me see if I'll put this in the title. See if it comes out in the fucking title. Maybe it will.
Yeah, because I never knew that was coming out. Because bruv, the thing is, normally when they do it, they put in bare flipping. They put in bare band. There you are. There you go. I got you now. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I found the hyperlink, people. So it's in the title. So you can click on that. You get me?
Oh, yeah. Because on Social Blade, I have to type in the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's better. Because when I put that in there, it will show you bare accounts in India that have all 10 million subs. You can't compete with that, blood. You know them? You can't, blood. Yeah, you know them ones. Like, you just can't do it, bro. Like, even when I done Saeed TV, bro, as soon as I put Saeed in there, there's like 5 million Saeeds, bro. You know, like that. And it's just big, bro. You can't compete. Man's got a whole flipping continent, bro. You can't compete with the man there, bro. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, the hyperlink is in the title. Make sure you click the hyperlink in the title. Check out his channel, man. Check out that interview. I'm gonna watch that now while I eat my dinner. Big up everyone inside. Back again tomorrow with Lee Gunner at 3 o'clock, and then obviously you got your Rants Reacts coming up this weekend as well, people. So big up yourselves. What's the next thing you got coming on your channel?
Preview tomorrow for West Brom. So yeah, my preview team, 3 of us will be chatting about West Brom as we do preview for all the Premier League games. And then, you know, thick and fast, hopefully if we secure the win against West Brom, we're talking Porto in midweek, which is going to be fun. So it's good to have club football back, man. You know what I mean? Daily uploads are back again. International football was long, but we're back. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is it. I hear you. So big up everyone inside. Smash up the like. Back again.